Listen, I don't know if you're in a situationship right now, if you're in a relationship almost re- situationship, or no, in a talking stage or whatever, almost relationship, almost whatever the freak it is. Listen, I have a friend, right, who has a crush on this guy. And he is a player. Like, he's just a player. He is literally just wasting her time. He's trying to make her believe, like, even though he's with so many girls, no, you can't see the Christmas tree. That even though he's with so many girls, like, she's like special, and like he would never do anything like that to her and stuff like that. And they ended up. I'm not saying her name, so like this is anyway. They ended up making out. Okay, and so she sent me and another friend of ours an audio, like an audio message in our group chat saying, "Well, we ended up, making out, whatever, and I don't regret it." Let me tell you something about regret. Let me tell you something about regret. I don't have an experience doing that exactly, but you may not regret something right now, but you can always regret it later on. You know what I mean? It's like when you drink, you don't feel like shit right after drinking. You know what I mean? Like right after the sip. And no pun intended, or no reference intended, or whatever, but I really need a drink. Also, my neighbors have been a little bit noisy today, so you're probably gonna hear them. Anyway, so here's the thing about regret. Regret, yeah. You may not regret something now, but you can regret it later. I'm gonna tell you a little story. Okay. So last year I had a crush on a guy. He was kind of like an NPC. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing really identifiable about him that I liked. You know what I mean? Like I didn't really like him for like I didn't even know him like at all. I was just attracted to him, I guess. Whatever. And so at the end of the semester, I was like, okay, I had already fucked up with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like I felt like I embarrassed myself in front of him many times, whatever. Like, I don't know. I just felt like I don't know, like I would get so nervous around him. Like it would make me like fuck it up socially. And what there was a point where I felt like I couldn't fuck it up anymore. So I was like, you know what? I feel like there's gonna be a lot of situations in life where I'm gonna be rejected and I'm gonna be told no. So I wanna be ready for those situations. I don't think this guy has a crush on me, but how about I tell him I like him, and if he likes me back, that's cool. And if he doesn't like me back, it's fine, because like the semester's gonna end. And he was an Erasmus student. Erasmus is like this program where, like, okay, so I live in Spain. So when you live in a country in Europe, like you can go to another European country and like study there for a semester or for a year or whatever. And he was studying in Spain for a semester. And so I was like, well, worst case scenario, if he says no, or if he laughs in my face or whatever, do you know what I mean? Or if he says he doesn't like me back, because I didn't like ask him out. I just told him I liked him. And worst case scenario is if he doesn't like me back, like I'm never gonna see him again. Like it was the last day of class. You know what I mean? Like I was never. You know what I mean? Like it was safe as fuck. Like I was never gonna see him again. You know what I mean? And even then, so I did it. Okay, fast forward, I did it. And no, he was actually really nice about it. He was like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" Like he was really nice about it, but he was not like. I told him that I liked him, and that's why I would get nervous around him. And he was like, "Oh, well, I'm going back to my country and stuff, so you won't get nervous anymore, whatever." Like he was kind of shy, kind of like he was nice about it, okay? He was not like a dickhead about it or an asshole about it, which I totally appreciate. Like it could have been so embarrassing, and it could have been so much more awkward than it already was. Um and in that moment I was like, okay, I just got to weight off my chest. I'm not going to see this person again. I proved to myself that I had the guts to do something like that. So that proves to me that I'm going to have the guts to do other things in the future, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's a learning thing. You know what I mean? Like maybe it wasn't necessary for me to do that. You know what I mean? Like I can have the guts to do other things. You know what I mean? But I just wanted practice. I don't know. I just wanted to test myself out. I don't know exactly what I did. It maybe I deep down was like, you know what? I really want to tell him something. I don't know. But in my head it was that, like just testing myself. But anyway, in that same day, I didn't feel bad. I thought I was going to be crushed. I thought I was going to be feeling really, really bad. And I thought I was going to feel regret. And I thought I was going to just feel like shit because, I had just been rejected. And even the next day, didn't feel like shit about it. And I even saw him again one time. We said hi to each other. That's it. And he looked at me kind of weird. Like he kept looking at me like that. You know what I mean? I probably traumatized him a little bit. He probably didn't expect that. He probably was like, why the fuck did this girl do that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what was going on in his head. I don't want to know. But the thing is, I never saw him again, like ever again. So a week after, I remember I was studying for my finals. So because school ends for me, and then when the semester ends, there's like a week where you can study whatever you want, you organize yourself however you want, and then finals start. So it was finals in December. You know what I mean? Like it was 1 year ago now, around these days. And so it was a week after. I didn't have class anymore. I wasn't gonna see this guy anymore. Like it was, I was never gonna see him again. And and I was studying for my finals and stuff, and I couldn't focus because I was feeling like crap because I couldn't stop. I couldn't help remembering every like 5 minutes that I did that, and I felt so much regret. I would tell myself like, "Oh my god, why did I do that?" Like I was feeling like shit. I was like, "Oh my god, Anna, like why did I do that? Like I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe you just did something as stupid as that." You know what I mean? Like I felt so much regret and so much what the fuck. Like that's yeah, I was shook. I was like, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, why do I feel like shit? You know what I mean? Like I wasn't feeling like shit when it just happened. Like why am I feeling like shit right now? And I even, you know what I mean? I even had to go for a few walks like on my own. You know what I mean? Like it was beautiful. Like I even remember it. Like it was. I even want to cry just thinking about it. Like I remember I was going to the park and there was Christmas lights going on, and the Christmas lights in my city are beautiful. And so I was just walking around looking at the Christmas lights and just feeling like shit. But I was like, just walking, and like it was really nice. It was really relaxing, but I really needed to go for a walk because I was feeling like shit. I was like, and I even told my parents like, why am I feeling like shit now and not before? You know what I mean? My parents were like, maybe you're like hungover from the experience. You know what I mean? Like in the moment you weren't feeling like shit, but now you're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like I still to this day don't know exactly why I was feeling like that. I guess at the end of the day, it's kind of like rejection, and you kind of feel like embarrassment because it's like I just exposed myself. You know what I mean? Like I just exposed to you that I like you. And even if I was not gonna see him again, so it was like it's not like I had anything to lose. It's not like he lives in my same like city or he lives in the same sort of area or whatever and we can see each other in school again or at work one day or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's not like most likely we're never gonna see each other again or stumble upon each other ever again. And so I don't know what I think it was the embarrassment. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt exposed, And it's not exactly a situation that, you're probably going through or that my friend is going through. But when she said that she was not regretting it, I was like, you're not regretting it right now, but I'm pretty sure like when he dumps you, when he plays with you, when he does whatever the fuck dirty thing with you or whatever it is, you're going to feel regret. Like the moment he dumps you and he like throws you to the trash and starts dating other girls or starts like hooking up with other girls and you realize that he treated you like another one, then you're going to feel like shit. You know what I mean? Like you can't when you just did something, you can't be looking at, like right after. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can get like the let's say the post nut clarity of things. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you just did something, you're like, oh fuck, why did I do that? Or why did I do it like that? But like there are times where you're gonna feel like shit, but a week after, 2 weeks after, even months after, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like not always are you gonna feel like shit right after or during that. So do I regret what I did? I don't know. I guess it's an experience. And it's not that I had anything to lose. It's not that I fucked it up. You know what I mean? Like I don't regret it in the sense that like it's an experience and now I can talk about it and like share it. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't recommend. Like I wouldn't want to discourage anybody. Like if you like someone and you want to like tell them like okay, it's go for it. But I don't want to discourage you from it. Like, I don't want to talk you out of it, but I also don't want to be like, oh, yeah, let's go. You're going to feel amazing afterwards. Like, everything's going to be great. Like, even if they reject you, you know what I mean? Like, it was not the end of the world. I thought it was going to feel, like, way worse. It's just that I had a bit of a hungover for a few days. I traumatized myself. I was like, what just happened? Did I really just do that? Like, I felt like, I don't even know how to describe how I felt. I think it was embarrassment. I felt ridiculous. I did feel ridiculous because it's like, I like you, you don't like me back, and now you know that I like you. It's so vulnerable. It's like being naked in front of a stranger. It's like now you can see everything. Now you can see all of my hairs, all of my bodily hairs. You can see everything. You know what I mean? So that was embarrassing. So I think like it can be the same. I think it can feel a little bit like exposure. I've never been in a situationship or a relationship or anything, but I'm pretty sure like when you are in a relation or in a situationship and then you realize that they didn't like you at all and you let's say gave them your all, whatever, you gave them your time, your energy, your effort, whatever, and then they just dumped you, it's like you feel like shit because you feel exposed in the sense that like they know that I gave them everything, you know what I mean? I put all of my efforts possible and they dumped me just like that. They know that I'm head over heels for them and they did not give a fuck. They know it and they knew it and they took advantage of it. they did whatever they wanted with it, and now I feel like shit. So if you make out with somebody, or if you hook up with somebody just one time or whatever, like, you may not feel bad right in the moment, but you can, I'm not saying you're going to, but sometimes you can feel bad afterwards. So yeah, so if you relate to this experience, I'm with you. Like, I understand that. I don't have any advice really for that. You know what I mean? Like, just go through it. You know what I mean? Like, just feel your feelings, go for a walk. Just allow it to pass. Just allow it to happen. You know what I mean? It's at the end of the day, it's okay. We all make mistakes. We're just all trying to figure out what to do and what we should do and how. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.